Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today na Monday Country Sunday, number 17 day for this month for April 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie, Ambazonian FBI. Adam come again once more for give una our daily podcast, a program where they give una the truth. It bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Fellow Ambazonians, we go start today for inside the capital of Ambazonia, for Buea, where La Republique du Cameroon somehow they done launch a crackdown for petroleum. The finger way they come out from Biafra, end up for supply for inside Ambazonia. This illicit trade, it then become a source of income for the colonial administration, where they then create a syndicate. It make millions for supply fuel where it be subsidized by the Nigerian government into Ambazonia, and somehow they then supply even for La Republique du Cameroon. Cameroon, their fuel industry, it then begin fire back. They push their government for take action them, for stop the supply for fuel where it be subsidized by the Nigerian government, where it then undercut the small money where La Republique them, they make them for the sell petrol. This illicit trade where the syndicate it then be put in place by La Republique du Cameroon, their colonial governor, Lele Afrique Okala Bilai, all the procureur generals them, and to their commanders them, their gendarmeries, their military people them, they all they take part for this corruption and would then document them very, very well. So they then begin this work as seize Finge for inside Buea. If them truly want stop the supply for petrol from Biafra into Ambazonia, they know the place where they will stop them. They will stop them for border, because those border guard them, where they be included with joint patrol, military, all them, they allow those fuel for come in without any checks, sometimes not even searching the vehicles, because it is part of a syndicate of these people, this Bulu Beti clique that have taken hold of Ambazonia. So I want our people to know that and know it very well. The seizure of petrol still goes back to the market. It's just to blindfold the regime, the corrupt regime in Yaoundé that is unable to even administer its own oligarchy structure of a so-called administration in Ambazonia. So know what is going on and be wise, and don't be blindsided by what is happening in the streets of Buea. Those small vendors and supplier retailers have nothing to do with the supply chain of fuel. I want our people to know that. The fuel now is being supplied even in Bafoussam. Probably that fuel can actually replace the fuel that is being supplied by La Republique du Cameroon and undercut the dying economy of that country. In any way, now win-win situation for Ambazonia. In other issues, the brother for Linus, where they be kill him for inside Buea, that Buea student, where be doing master degree, where La Republique du Cameroon, their military men them, led by Echo John, the so-called Moja, they enter for a school hostel, catch this student, 3 of them, go execute them. 1 of them is still there for inside prison. A brother, he don't come out for make public testimony for confirm exactly which way would I know say na a fact. Say na the Cameroon military then catch he, led by a call John, then go execute he, carry their body, display him for road, then go dump him for mortuary, call a family can take him on false basis. If we not go notice, say the brother, it is still fear for call the Cameroon military people the way they can't catch the brother. For talking a so-called Moja, the Cameroon B, where they run a squad of 12 men from his house from inside Boassa. Say now they can't catch these students and go kill them. For do propaganda, for use terror, for frighten our people them, because they want for fight against Ghosttown. So now for fight against Ghosttown, they kill innocent students and youths them, because they need their body for display them for road, for frighten people them, and then force them, say me they open their shops them, and disobey the obedience of this Ghosttown where it be meant for sending a message. So our people then want separation and independence. Me, our people then know these crimes, and we'll go exclusively display this issue for our people and what it means for our struggle, so that our people understand exactly what is going on and the need for us to cut our foot from this enemy state of La Republique du Cameroon that is using subjugation and slavery to keep us as a captive people and our territory a continual occupied territory. My fellow Ambazonians, fear not and fear itself. This one a message word wangian for all of our people, because for more than one way or the other, this is a collective struggle. There is a voice message that have been circulating amongst our defense forces on ground zero, which is very, very sensitive. And I want to highlight this to our general public and to give an education about what is happening and what you need to know and measures our people should take when they have such alerts, security alerts that are coming in. Listen.
I get very, very strong information now. Say those group where they come locate boys and for Buea, they come with that chemical. They come with that chemical where it be very, very bad. They come with them. When they struggle for say boys around change their location, they will only track those phone them, say the phone and they was also so area why helicopter will come. Because as in come, so helicopter must follow them come for air. Yes, helicopter must follow them come for air. After 1 hour, helicopter must come. Because when they don't come reach for that area, then say they not fit get those boys and their location is still show. So then they was so area for inside Buea, helicopter will just come now, go direct, go drop those chemicals for that place. Now, so I don't get information. So I want back say, make any man for Buea, make you find cotton and red oil, small red oil with cotton, put them for your bag. You see him, your brother is share is small. I just for touch for the red oil, squeeze and small. You can for your 2 nostrils, so that you not go be affected by that chemical where they will spray for air. And then number 2. Please we una go dig una phones and wrap them with black wrap and keep them hide them underground. The aim of wrapping it with black wrap una say me rain every if rain for no penetrate for them. Why una don't off the phone?
Well, fellow Amazonian, now 2 things in day where it come out from this intelligence. Most from my experience in our defense, most Cameroon military they embed messages inside our fighters, inside our activists, and in our platform using only our own people. They disguise themselves as advisors or people who are giving you inside information that are within the regime. And then they want people who are credible, or even our soldiers or activists or platforms of people that are prominent, to then go out and put this information as intelligence that is meant to help our soldiers, but actually it is actually meant to destroy them and to compromise their security. This is what we know concerning La République du Cameroon. This intel is telling our people and our soldiers that La République is coming with a chemical weapon, and that they know the exact location where our soldiers are because they are tracking their mobile devices. They are planning to come and dump these chemical weapons there. So soldiers should be working with oil and putting cotton in their nose. And it also tells them that soldiers should wrap their mobile phone, if you listen to the end of the audio, in a plastic paper, black plastic paper, and bury them on the ground so that La République cannot track them and they will be safe and go and hide. What I can tell our people is for sure that we know from our own investigation and our own experience and the study of international law that Cameroon now a shit no white blast country and a comedy country where they not even be capable for produce even a paracetamol, let alone chemical weapons. Cameroon is not being noted for get any chemical weapons where it be substantial for use them for inside war. We will feed it our soldiers. They say me the fear say they can use some kind of chemical weapons them for throw and for inside Amazonia. It be very highly unlikely. But soldiers them will still need for still prepare for everything. But one thing we will need for no be afraid of. Now for be afraid say they come with helicopter with chemical weapons. Cameroon then get actually just a training helicopter and 2 other helicopters the way they go from regions to regions. Those training helicopters them and their combat helicopter then they usually borrow them from Gabon. And recently because of their treaty with Nigeria, they ran to get access for borrow military helicopters also right from Nigeria. So they're highly unlikely. Say every attack with La République, they carry them, they come with helicopter, it be very unlikely. One of the things also where they want do and I say they want make soldier them during the time where they need to get communication the most, make them cut off themselves from having access to our people through their mobile phone device. From my personal experience and from based on research and interviews with soldiers who have been tracked and soldiers who have been suspected to have been tracked and soldiers that La République have their numbers and La République is struggling to meet them. I can assure you that La République du Cameroon, we have no evidence to think that they have the capability to track mobile phones in terms of 10 meters accuracy. The only technology we know that they have is to be able to know the area if they are tracking a mobile phone, which is very unlikely that they are using those technology in the first place. One antenna is so widely spread that even if you were to use the technology that we know from our intels that La République have, they cannot really locate their exact place within a 100-meter accuracy, let alone to know the specific hill that you are or a specific point that you have. But nevertheless, who knows? But the probability that you should be afraid that they will use your phone to know that exact location is not really there. So you have to balance between your security and the security you have with your phone and being able to have access to information and not to. It's up to you to make those assessments, but you should not be afraid of this thing. One of the things La République they want to do, that is why I always gather information about the type of convoy that they use so that I can advise our people and our soldier. They have a convoy that comes in a very long convoy. Sometimes you see over 14 vehicles coming. Those are the convoy who usually come with their assault team. In military training, which I've done, it comes with a training with a assault team. There is a team that supplies long-range artillery. It's not really like artillery, it's a grenade, propeller grenade. When you always see it comes, you see sometimes our soldiers pick this thing that have like a tripod on the ground like that. Those things come from those grenades. They give support fire, and they come with those vehicles. They have communication links to give their soldiers based on that support mechanism for their assault team that will go out there, and their protection team that protects the assault team that goes out there. Usually, in our experience, they have hardly really give a direct attack on an Amazonian camp. Usually, what they do, they go and hide somewhere, place their snipers with their gunner, their main gunners in a hill where they can have direct access to a road that our soldiers will use. They will launch this grenade in houses that they know that soldiers are using, so that the soldiers will run and come out of there and come into their fire. In very few instances have La République breached a building to carry out assault because they don't have this training. They have only few soldiers that have received this tactical training from the Americans. And those soldiers are hardly being deployed in Amazonia because La République wants to know where they are working. So we know how they operate. That is why, based on the type of bag that they carry and the type of convoy that drop a particular military in an area, I always predict whether they will stay there 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 14 days, and those predictions have always been accurate. If you see La République, then they will some post. Those soldiers them, they go need for go chop, they go need for go shit, they go need for do something the way it be humanly possible. If that place is not a place for sleep, then they go can't drop them for there. They go need a means for transport them. So if you know how, if you do target them, either when they come up for their most vulnerable place, when they come up for that hideout or not. Now the same thing where they do one for we. The one for get we in our most vulnerable place. But because our soldiers, they don't master their modus operandis, they don't make them be so difficult for La République way. They are style the way they use them before, they use them now in the work. So sometimes they send out messages like this for frightening our soldiers them, so that when they hear La République they come, they shake grass, me them come out run. Because at the time where you run, at the time that way they will catch you. So make some soldier, it not just come out, it will run when you hear boom. I always give this training for our soldier, and I will take some time for do them again. Each time you hear sometimes they shoot those grenades, those fire grenades. Now for provoke you run, frighten you come out run for day. Now say war a day. For battlefields and where I don't go for day, sometimes they use noise. Even traditional war, they play drums, boom, boom, boom. So that means the soldier, then when you do for the other side, they fear, say they come plenty. One on the assault, sometimes the soldier, they shout for that side, for intimidate you, for frighten you. Because they know say, when around there in a gun exchange point where they know, you know if you come up for back place you there and they know if you shoot you. So they will frighten you, you come up for day. So me soldier, the training for military man, now so that means you know how to operate under fear. No do you say, hey, you come out the run. Or you hear grenade launcher away and shoot them from far. You come out run, you go enter ambush. Now see they take and key soldier them. No ever take your phone, say you will go hide them from underground unless you be 100% sure say they track you. We know say La République, it get almost, I can say they get 90% of our soldiers, their phone number them. Because of carelessness, and they need to follow, will not get a standard protocol on security things, which I'm trying to fill the gap. but they have 90% of our soldiers, their mobile number, them, including the one the way they do urban warfare. So if La Republic be fit track this soldier them based on the information where they get them already, all soldiers them for don't die. So my advice I go give for una say each time when I hear say intelligence they come, the intelligence and we done use them before we be trusted, we rely on those intelligence more. Some people they also do social media experiment. That means they want to put something to see how far it go. Now a phenomenon since the Android it don't come. So na need for know the distinction for people they don't do something for popularity or na social media experiment. No for go over fear, because fear itself is even more dangerous to a soldier. You need to know all these things them and know when La Republic they can pack moto. Sometimes I estimate with our intelligence, if they talk to them bring order moto, they can pack them for one corner. I go investigate for know their staging area, because staging area the day for place where they get some doctor where they come with them. You see that long convoy where they come, no be order they go fight. A long convoy of maybe 1,000 La Republic soldiers then fit come for some place, but then get na just one assault team where all the rest then are support staff them. That assault team, if it just be na only soldier the way then they maybe about 25, but they come like 1,000. I say war a day. I go get some time for give this concept, because this war will get lone wolves them. All man need to already know some of these things. These are common information for any man who don't do military training or any combat training. So I want our soldier them and our people them, so when they hear this message, make some man begin to run the fear, they carry things and way for nothing. Rely on old means of and old traditional ways of gathering your intelligence, and things that have worked in the past. Rely on those things and not overshake. So from place where they can pack their motor, you feel estimate the highest place where they go work out with food. Because from that place where their motor day, their communication things and they, sometimes they get very few unit the way they use this DJI drone. Very few. They don't even stop them because they know if you do maintenance and now people the way they first thief. Only themselves they thief their own cargo them. So those their staging point, then get a perimeter where you fit estimated that perimeter in a very hot spot. Then get a place where they feel work go reach for day. They need for chop, they need for shit, and they will become vulnerable the further they go away from that staging area. Depending on the type of bag the way they carry them and the type of vehicle the way they carry them, we always predict whether the fit go attack for so and so area, which perimeter we will need to be more concerned of, and then their ability for even rotate the soldier them. Like sometimes when they see they bring them, then some motor go carry someone for their order for their main camp or their outpost them, then can resupply those soldiers them or for give them not more chop. Sometimes they go sleep for radar. Depending on the type of bag where they carry them, we estimate how much chop where they fit get up. La Republic then the main chop where they give their military when they go to now only sardine and bread. They need to even give them water. So we need to know how these things they operate, because knowledge is power, and a word in time can save a life somewhere. So Ambazonian shake in no day, make we turn up strong. La Republic go lost this war. We just need for be more effective and efficient, and for be more motivated for carry out our operations. Them make all money turn up more. Wanna be vigilant. Wanna take measures to protect ourselves wisely, because if you shake over, the first thing where they train you for military now have to handle fear and have to handle shock. You know, if you hear boom for military man, you start running. The first thing you just sleep now for ground. You know, if you for military where you know they get communication, you must get way to communicate with the outside world, one way or the other. So for off communication, now a very big risk way if you balance them with the positive and the negative. The negative over plenty. You off your phone sometime on them. But say you go take your phone to go wrap them for plastic paper. So you be the person through scanning for airport. So fellow Ambazonians, wanna be wise. Na time for war. The enemy is the worker around the lugu for kill 'em. Make all man a day strong. Wanna share intelligence and it even show you the need. Each time I talk say wanna see La Republic that convoy, wanna call me, wanna tell me, make a pass this information. It be very important. We get 8 million Ambazonian eyes and ears, and we must use them. Every child must be trained on how to report sighting of La Republic du Cameroon, the description, how many of them, the type of weapons, because the type of weapons that they have, we will know what they are doing or their plan. If it is an assault team, you always see them, one will carry the machine gun and then the other ones will carry AK. They usually have sometimes a group of 4 or 6. We can tell you on their mission or how far they can go from that place. So please, any information you see will help. You see One Light Republic, you see their vehicle, even the number of their vehicles will tell us where they come from and where they might be going. So past information, send them to me, is very important and is very critical. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, signing off, looking out for you.